Good morning, artists. Today we're going to be learning about a special kind of art form called collage. And when you make a collage, what you were doing is you were using glue to relayer different items and to create a more interesting composition. So when you make collages, sometimes you might see people using pieces of paper in their collage or things from magazines, or even other materials like buttons and yarn and fabric. And what you're going to be doing today in class is you're going to be using scissors and you're going to be using glue. So you can have glue or a glue stick, and you're going to need your painted paper that you made last week when we had our online art time. So remember, we did the texture stamping with the paint. So you need to find these two paintings that you made from last week, and then you need a second piece of paper that you're going to use to glue your items on. So I chose black, but you could choose any color. It could be white as well. And what we're going to do today is we're going to create an animal collage. So we are going to be using stencils, animal stencils in class. And we're going to trace the stencil like this onto our paper. So we're going to trace around the animal shape. And then we're going to cut it out. Now, if you're learning at home, obviously you don't have these stencils. Okay? So that means you're going to draw your own animals. So you don't even need the stencil. So I'm going to ask myself, okay, what kind of animals do I want in my collage? And maybe I want to do a bird. So I'm just going to draw a bird any way that I know how. And I'm just drawing the shape of the bird because I'm going to cut it out. So I don't need to do, like the eyeball or any fine details because I'm just drawing the outside shape. So maybe that's the bird shape I want to do. Or I want to do, let's say, a kitty. Kitties have 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4 ears and a long tail. Kind of looks a little bit more like a fox, but that's okay. All right, so this is what you're doing today is you are taking your painted paper from last class and you're going to draw some animal shapes onto the back. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out the different animal shapes from my painted paper. Notice how I drew on the back side of the painted paper. The reason I did that is because it's clearer marker lines. If I draw on this side, I may not see my marker. So here I've cut out my animal shapes. I've got some here. I also decided to do a flower. And I put a little turkey and an umbrella. I chose an umbrella shape. So now with these, I'm going to try to come up with an interesting arrangement for my collage. So I have here my second piece of paper. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of play with how I want the different shapes to look. Like, do I want the turkey here and then the bunny like right next to it? Or do I want the bunny up here? Maybe the bunny and the turkey are talking to each other. You get to choose where to put your animal shapes in your collage. You can even do some overlapping, like maybe the bunny is partially blocking some of the turkey. And like this, maybe they're like friends. And then the umbrella could be on top of them. You can kind of create interesting arrangements in your collage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to glue my animals to my paper. Once I have an arrangement that I like, I can use my glue stick. So I'm going to put some glue on the back side of my turkey like this. Okay, and I'm going to lay my turkey down, and I'm choosing to put my turkey right here. Okay, like this. And then I'm going to have the bunny kind of interacting with the turkey. I'm going to have them be next to each other. So now I'll take the bunny and I'll glue it like this. All right? So today you're working on collage. If you're at home, you can find magazines from around the house or old newspaper, okay? And you can use your scissors to cut those items up into new and interesting shapes. And I would like everyone to try and make animal shapes if you can. But if you just kind of want to have fun cutting organic shapes from the painted paper, you could do that also. So for example, I have this painted paper here. And maybe I just kind of want to make a fun, interesting, organic shape. Remember, organic shapes are shapes that we cannot measure. They're sort of free form. So for example, this is an organic shape. This is a geometric shape. It's a square. So if you would like, you could also just kind of enjoy making some interesting organic shapes and putting those in your collage and layering them over top. Okay. So I can't wait to see what you come up with for your collage. Remember, you can use almost anything in a collage. Buttons, stickers, fabric, old fabric you can cut up, aluminum foil, tissue paper, okay? And you cut those items out and then layer them on top of a new piece of paper. Okay, can't wait to see what you all make.